Okay, guys. Got a phone call, interrupted the video. Let's go back and kind of retrack a little bit. So we divided 45 into 103, went 2 times, which was 90, subtracted and got 13, brought down the 5. 45 goes into 135 3 times, which is 135, and you have 0 for the remainder. So the thinking steps would be number 1, write the problem using the fraction bar to represent division. Step 2, make your divisor a whole number by multiplying by power of 10. So if you had one decimal place, you multiply by 10. You have 2 decimal places, multiply by 100, and so forth and so on. And then you divide as usual until you have no remainder. And then you are going to need to annex zeros as you need them. So what that means is if you divide and you have a remainder, you're going to have to keep adding zeros until you have divided and you have a remainder of 0. So you're going to keep dividing until your remainder is 0. And that's a little bit kind of repeating myself. Sorry about that. It's kind of already up there, but keep dividing until your remainder is 0. And that's how you know you're done. So let's take a look at another example problem. Let's see. So example number 1, okay, from our notes, we ended up with 21 and 2/10, and so we had 1 decimal place multiplied by 10, made our divisor a whole number. And so that's going to be, go to the next page. That's going to be 212 divided into 1,187 and 2/10. And I'm going to go ahead and put my decimal in my quotient, okay? So now, will 212 divide into 1? No. 11? No. 118? No. But it will divide into 1,187. And so I'm not quite sure how many times. So I'm going to go over here to the side, do a little bit of multiplication. 212, I know that, and let me do one of those t-value, those t-charts. I like these. So I know that 1 times 212 is 212. I know that 2 would just be where we would just need to add, I think this is a pretty cool little trick, add 212, and that would give me 424, okay? 3 times, oops, wrong thing, sorry. 3 times, I would add 212 again, and that would give me 4, 5, 6, 2, 3, 4, 5, 636. And then 4 times, add 212 again, 6, 7, 8. 3 plus 1 is 4. 6 plus 2 is 8. Getting closer, right? Okay, so 5, we could do 6, 7, 8, keep going, right? And so then you have this table of values so that as you're dividing, you can refer back to it. So pretty neat little trick. So 212, we're adding again, 8 plus 2 would be 10, carry a 1, 4 plus 1 is 5, plus 1 is 6, and 8 plus 2 is 10. Okay. Now, if we added 212 one more time, That's going to be 2. That's going to be 7, 2, 1. That's going to be larger than my 1,187. So I'm going to have to stick with 5. And 5 was 1,060. And now I would divide. Or I'm sorry, now I would subtract. So 7 minus 0 is 7. 8 minus 6 would be 2. 1 minus 0 is 1. And 1 minus 1 is 0. Well, then we bring down our 2. And voila, it's going to be 6 times. And that's 1,272. And a remainder of 0. And I know that I'm done. And my answer is 5. My answer for this one right here would be 5 6/10. 5 6/10. How about that? So I hope that helps you. If not, I will answer questions tomorrow. But hopefully this is some good information for you in case you had questions on the homework. But definitely I will start with answering questions in the morning. So I hope you have a good evening.